Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I tell you what folks, I've been watching General Hospital for more years than I care to count. And let me just say, these writers sure know how to keep an old guy like me glued to the screen every single day. The latest twists got me smiling ear to ear because things are heating up again in Port Charles. That arrest of Jen Sidwell, you know, the slick character played by Carlo Rota, hit like a thunderbolt. I thought, well, that's the end of that troublemaker, but nope, my gut tells me this is just the beginning. There's still all those hidden pieces of evidence and sneaky backup plans floating around. It feels like one wrong move and the whole thing could flip upside down. I've seen enough in my life to know that the bad guys sometimes have one more card up their sleeve, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. It keeps you young, wondering what's coming next. Then there's Carly. Oh, that woman never learns to slow down, does she? She's charging straight into danger at Windermere, convinced her daughter Jocelyn is being held there, even though Valentine keeps warning her. I was practically talking to the TV saying, Carly, honey, listen to the man. But that's Carly for you, fierce and protective like so many mothers I know. It reminds me of those old American sayings, blood is thicker than water. She's risking everything for family, and it pulls at your heartstrings. Over on the Quartermain side, Brooklyn is on a mission, and I have to admit, I'm enjoying watching her work. She's quietly planning ways to make Willow pay, using their friendship like a clever tool while figuring out her next step. But here's the thing that gets me. I can see she's wrestling with some real guilt inside. There's talk of that accident with Jordan, and part of me wonders if she's thinking about shifting the blame to protect herself. Life's messy like that sometimes. You start something with good intentions, and suddenly you're in deeper than you meant to be. Amanda sat and plays her with such heart that you feel for Brooklyn even when she's stirring up trouble. And don't get me started on the goodbyes coming up. Christina's facing some heavy choices as she gets ready to leave Port Charles. Those farewell moments always hit different, a little sad but full of hope too. Meanwhile, Tracy's stepping up to lend Lulu a helping hand, which shows you that even the tough ones have a soft spot when family needs them. That's the beauty of this show. It feels like real life in a small town where everybody's connected, just like those tight-knit communities back in the day. I'm telling you, these storylines have me chuckling and shaking my head at the same time. General Hospital still delivers that good old-fashioned soap magic, love, secrets, surprises, and folks trying their best to do right by each other. Can't wait to see what crazy turn comes tomorrow. If you're watching too, you know exactly what I mean. It sure makes the evenings brighter. I tell you what, folks, the whole situation with Jen Sidwell has me completely hooked these days. That slick character just got arrested for trying to kill Lucas Jones, and let me tell you, it felt like a big moment when it happened. Now he's probably heading to court soon, facing all kinds of serious charges, but something deep down tells me this arrest might not be the end of his troublemaking at all. I've been around long enough to know that men like Sidwell don't go down easy. He's the type who always seems to have one more card hidden away, just waiting for the right time to play it and turn everything upside down again. Right now, he's boiling mad because those one-of-a-kind photos of Professor Henry Hank Dalton have suddenly disappeared. You can just picture him pacing around, fuming over it. Those pictures were powerful, and their vanishing act must have hit him hard. But here's where my mind starts spinning. I doubt a clever fox like Sidwell would put all his eggs in one basket. He's way too smart to only have a single set of those blackmail pictures. There's a good chance he's got copies or some other solid evidence tucked away somewhere safe. We all know the truth. Laura Collins and Sonny Corinthos had nothing to do with Hank's death. They're innocent in that mess. Still, Sidwell is playing some kind of long game. I keep wondering how much of this is him just pretending to lose, letting Laura think she's finally won so he can hit her with an even bigger surprise later on. It's the kind of sneaky move that makes you shake your head and smile at the same time. Life's full of folks like that, the ones who smile to your face while planning 3 steps ahead. It reminds me of those old tales about outsmarting the devil himself. And then there's Cassius, who's been pushing Sidwell hard to pack up, leave the country, and disappear for good. Makes sense, right? Get out while you still can. But no, not this guy. Sidwell's suddenly very interested in Nathan's fake gun, and I've got a pretty good idea what he might want to do with it. Probably use it to knock some sense into somebody, or worse. That detail gave me a little chuckle because it shows he's not done fighting yet. He doesn't seem like the kind of man who runs away quietly. I suspect he's the type who prefers to hide right in plain sight, right there in Port Charles, where he can keep an eye on everyone and stir the pot whenever he feels like it. The more I think about it, the more I feel for the people caught up in his web. It's exciting to watch, sure, but it also makes you appreciate the quieter moments in life. General Hospital does such a wonderful job of mixing these big dramatic twists with real human feelings. Anger, fear, cleverness, and that stubborn hope that things will work out. Sidwell's story has me leaning forward in my chair every afternoon, wondering what crazy thing is coming next. Will he really leave town, or will he find a way to stick around and cause more chaos? My guess is we haven't seen the last of him, not by a long shot. It's these kinds of layered stories that keep me coming back day after day. They feel a bit like real life, don't they? Full of surprises, secrets, and people who refuse to stay down. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. If you're watching too, you know exactly the thrill I'm talking about. I tell you what, folks, after following all these wild twists and turns in Port Charles lately, my old heart is still pounding with excitement and a touch of worry. From Jen Sidwell sitting in jail after trying to hurt Lucas Jones, yet still scheming with that fake gun and probably hiding more evidence somewhere, to Carly charging straight into danger at Windermere because she believes her daughter Jocelyn needs her. It's nonstop drama that keeps you on the edge of your seat. And then you've got Brooke Lynn quietly working her plan against Willow, using their friendship like a smart tool while carrying that heavy guilt about Jordan's accident. She's torn between wanting revenge and doing what's right, which feels so real. On top of that, we've got Christina facing those tough goodbye moments as she prepares to leave town, and sweet Tracy stepping up to lend a helping hand to Lulu. Every single thread feels connected, just like life in a real small town where one person's trouble touches everybody else. You know, I've lived long enough to see that these stories on General Hospital aren't just made up soap opera stuff. They mirror the joys and heartaches we all go through, protecting family no matter the cost, wrestling with guilt when things go wrong, and hoping for second chances even when the odds look bad. Sidwell might think he's the smartest guy in the room, letting Laura believe she's won while planning his next move. But I've learned over the years that the truth has a way of coming out, just like in those old American sayings. What goes around comes around, and Carly? She's that fierce mama bear we all admire, reminding me of my own wife back in the day, ready to run through fire for her kids. What I love most is how the show mixes the big shocking moments with the quiet emotional ones. Brooke Lynn struggling with her conscience, Christina saying her farewells, and Tracy showing a softer side. Those parts warm your heart and make you think about your own family and friends. It's the kind of storytelling that feels like sitting on the front porch with neighbors, sharing stories over a cup of coffee. Sometimes it makes you laugh, sometimes it brings a tear to your eye, but it always leaves you feeling something deep down. So if you're watching too, especially you ladies out there who've been loyal fans for years, grab your favorite chair, maybe a nice warm drink, and settle in. These stories make the days brighter and give us something fun to talk about with friends. I'll be right here, cheering them on, shaking my head at the surprises and smiling at the little victories. God bless all those characters in Port Charles. They sure know how to make an old man like me feel young again and grateful for every single episode. Can't wait to see what tomorrow brings.